First and foremost, don't mind the stars on my face. Acne's been breaking out like crazy. It has been a terrible, terrible day for acne, to say the least. But you know what's not terrible? Talking about I was reincarnated as a seventh prince so I could take my time perfecting my magical ability. Season 2. Uh huh. This girl, boy, whatever, has officially wrapped up, and I wish to talk about it because a lot of shows are ending so much that I got pump out these anime reviews like crazy, and I'm hoping I can kind of take a little bit of a break, but it seems like I cannot at this time. So, without further ado, let's talk about season 2 of this show. So, once again, the Seven Prince Isekai season 2 anime, which I'm just gonna say from this point forward, has officially wrapped up and is, of course, the follow up to the first season that came out last year of spring and is under a studio called Samuki Akita Animation Lab, which is a studio that I'm pretty sure no one has heard about at all when going into this franchise, as they're relatively brand spanking new and they've only have like a few anime shows under the belt. But this show right here was the one that really put them on the map in the first place. And I gotta say, the first season of the show, I still remember pretty fondly. This was pretty high up there, my best trash anime of last year. And once I make my best and worst anime redux of 2024, you'll see where I would have placed this in my best trash anime of the year. But no, this show was really high up there because and all the good recipes of giving you like a really good, fun, bad isekai, but surprisingly, a lot of potential given that the animation for this first season was really good, really clean, had a lot of amazing characters that you can really root for and really vibe for. Again, to this day, in the first season, Jade is probably my favorite character in this show, and how he was well written and presented throughout the first season, I will never forget it. So, given how amazing I liked for the first season of the Seven Prince Isekai, the second season really had a lot riding on this because, hey, normally when these shows go in this vein, sometimes these shows kind of fall off or peter off after hitting it big, right? But honestly, the second season did not do that at all. The second season really is amazing. I mean, first and foremost, the animation, as I alluded to from the first season, it does carry over into the second season, but I feel like they went bombastic in this second season. Like a lot of the moments when there's like a lot of fight sequences or Lloyd doing his magical abilities is so goddamn like beautiful and just amazing. And it's like holy shit. Like if you thought the first season had a lot of magical abilities to offer, the second season just goes ballistic with the animation and what Lloyd has to offer and how Lloyd takes what someone does and refines it to his own formula and it's just like it's amazing. It's beautiful nonetheless. And in the second season, this now focuses on a few characters in mind. So in the second season, as Lloyd was trying to investigate in holy magic, basically, with the help of Grimm, they're able to track down who's been staring down one of our main characters with Escher, who plays a pretty big role in this second season. And they come across Jiro, who is pretty much the person responsible for granting holy magic, is one of the people responsible for starting the holy church in the first place, and was one of the at one point one of the main people that Lloyd had to fight over to get access to holy magic. And this and after learning this, he was able to pass on the knowledge to all of his other friends that you may have remembered from the first season. And again, I'm not going to name down every single one of them in this review because it's a lot. And again, I guess we could get one of the easiest criticisms out of the way about the show is that there's a lot of characters, but little short amount of time to really go through every single character again. Because again, the first season of the show, I think they did a spectacular job going through all the characters they had to offer. But there were moments where hey, we got to know these characters, but then after one episode, two episodes later, they don't really carry over until the final moments of the show. And the same is more or less said with the second season because while you do have characters here that you instantly recognize from the first season, there's going to be a lot of people that go into the second season not know what the first season is all about and be like, "Huh, I wonder what this guy does or what she does or how Tao's going to play a role, or how Silvio is going to play a role." And it's like that's kind of one of the issues with the show, which is not surprising because at the end of the day, if anything, this is a show that I would 100% recommend. Like if you want to get to know how we got to this point of like holy shit, go check out the first season, man. It's really good. It's super fun, and I feel like you're gonna have a good time watching the show nonetheless. And the second season of the show really dives a lot into like the religious ish type of storytelling, which is definitely different from what we saw from the first season, but now it's elevated to a whole new level where it involves this guy as like one of the main villains of the show that really does get alluded to very early on into this season, believe it or not. And again, given where Lloyd is at, his curiosity to get stronger and learn more magical abilities, this leads him to track down the main villain of the show. And in the final moments of this second season, I believe the last 4 or 5 episodes, we're just hit with nuts to butts, amazing fight choreography, amazing magical abilities, characters and villains that you can actually root for and sympathize for to a degree. And again, it's just like an all around like beautiful and just all around unapologetic anime that isn't afraid to showcase what it has to offer right off the gate. So again, this second season is absolutely incredible. And you know what's kind of funny is that I know I could dive deeper and go on and on and on about the second season, but I think there's only one way I can compare this show to how I feel about the show. This whole franchise, in my opinion, is remind me of a show that I talked about not that long ago with excuse me, with this show right here. It reminds me of the Eminence and Shadows, where when this show first came out back in 2022 and the second season came out back in 2023, this is still to this day one of the most unapologetic, don't give a fuck type of moments where the show clearly is clearly being edgy as fuck for the sake of humor, but it is so goddamn entertaining and so really memorable that it's like you can't deny that everything that happens in the show is so goddamn amazing. It's so badass. And I feel like we got the same repeat with the Seven Prince Isekai anime now, but this time with the second season, it's really just following that same format that Eminence and Shadows is doing, in my opinion. And I'm loving it. It's great. I feel like if we have shows like these two shows, in my opinion, I think we're in a much better path in saying that no longer saying that isekai is just trash slop. Because unfortunately, in the current day and age, we do have a lot of generic isekai slop. We're talking about you, vending machine isekai. Screw you. But Seven Prince Isekai is definitely one of the higher tier shows that I would personally recommend for those who want to watch a feel good, fun isekai show. And again, I can't really say much else about the second season. This show's incredible. It's really, really great. I'm gonna be honest with you, sports fans. I'm gonna probably give this thing a strong 7, potentially a light 8, because it is ridiculously good how strong it went from the first season up into where we're at now with the second season. So yeah, just want to talk about this a little bit. That's it. I'll see you all in the next one. Later.